I don't think I'm wired. Or I think because I'm a man, I don't see it that way. I see it as if a woman is beating on me, I'm leaving like that same day. Like that, there's nothing that's going to keep me there because I feel like my fate is in my own hands. I think maybe because women are wired to where men need to lead and help me, and without him, I'm nothing. And I don't know. I don't.
No,
There are women that will leave on the first with the first strike.
Right.
There are women like that too.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a
man
role.
woman thing.
I don't think it's a gender thing.
Mentioned like the whole like dude's jizz on his nipples, like that's just really unsavory.
Unsavory.
You know, I guess like she's taking a golden shower in the mouth. I mean, that's pretty wild stuff.
It is.
You know, and then
but she asked for that though.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's the big
She asked the escort for his testimony.
The escort testimony, yeah, and he's one of their witnesses. So that was like one of the biggest things that he was one of the first witnesses.
One of the prosecutors' witnesses.
Right.
Oh,
so they and he just slipped up and said it because their opening statement was, yeah, and there was urination and he forced people to urinate on Cassie and others and this and that. And then the first witness they put up, this guy's like, yeah, and and Cassie would call and then I would get over there and she would ask me to urinate on her. I would ask her to if it was okay and make sure. So, yeah, so like a lot of the things that she was saying, basically she said like, I was a willing participant, but some things just went too far.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's like I don't know how you're going to be able to prove what went too far if you were down for most of that. Like
right.
how is he able to think where's the line? Because if you want to be peed on, I mean the line is where the line has disappeared. I don't know. I mean I understand because we're not talking about the physical
right.
and beating her up and dragging her out. We're not talking about that because whatever. Yeah. It's not a part of the case. So anything outside of that, where's the fucking line?
Yeah, for sure.
You want it to be there.
And you get into the whole complex power dynamic thing. And I think we were talking off the air. It's like, I am sure there are people that attended these freak off parties and realized pretty quickly, this is not for me. Like, I'm not operating this way. But, when you're talking about Cassie and somebody who's been, who's involved in this consistently and, and doesn't get away from the situation, it makes it hard to convince people that there's a part of her that did that there's not a part of her that wanted this.
Well, I know that I read that she felt that she didn't have that she was trapped. She didn't have any money to leave, and she felt that at that point when he said he had the videos of her and stuff, so she felt like she had to stay and she had to participate. I still find that like she did have allies with some of the people that worked for him. Like to me, there could have been opportunities where she could have left, right? But then I also get the other part about she wanted this. He kept promising her that he was going to help her career. And so there are, I've never been like starstruck like that. So I don't know if I can relate to that, but I've heard stories where people are like so focused on their career that they just keep figuring that this is a sacrifice I have to make in order to get that big break.
Is that on Diddy or is that on Cassie?
Right.
I struggle because I read all of that stuff as well, and I'm here like because she's saying that he kind of like what's the word I'm looking for?
Dangled the carrot.
Yeah. Blackmailed her into sticking around, and because of the career, and I'll show these videos, and don't forget I'm the one that can make you blow up into a big star and all of that, and that's why she stuck around.
But see that kind of echoes the R. Kelly thing, where he would a lot of the women, girls he was dealing with, like he would kind of promise, like kind of say he'd help their career. But and I remember saying it with the R. Kelly situation, like there's a limited window of time if somebody's helping you with your career that something starts to happen,
right?
And then it's like at another point, it's like, dude, the excuses aren't making sense anymore.
And his
career's going nowhere.
The funny thing is, though, he did help Cassie. R. Kelly, I don't know any girl he ever put on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
right.
as far as making it or doing anything.
Yeah.
I never heard any of their voices. Cassie
Did
succeeded.
that one song.
Yeah. She had a hit
yeah.
single. I'm pretty sure. I'm
Yeah.
like 90% sure he's the one that produced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he did help her career per se. So I don't know. You stuck around and you got it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Aside from the beatings, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Leave. I don't know.
What would you do in a situation like
See,
that?
I don't think men and women are wired the same way because I'm reading on like social media and stuff. The women's comments are like so much different than men's, and not only in this situation, but in other domestic violence situations. So I don't think I'm wired. I think because I'm a man, I don't see it that way. I see it as if a woman is beating on me, I'm leaving like that same day. Like that, there's nothing that's going to keep me there because I feel like my fate is in my own hands. I think maybe because women are wired to where men need to lead and help me, and without him, I'm nothing. And I don't know. I don't.
No,
I
there's
really
there
don't think
are
like that.
women that will leave on the first with the first strike.
Right.
There are women like that too.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
think it's a
Man woman thing.
role. I don't think it's a gender thing. I think it's
But
about
I do think that there's a gender element, and I do think you see it a lot in the comments where it's like people that aren't directly involved in it. Women tend to react and respond differently than men do, like in the comments and in the interpretation, and that suggests that we do see a lot of these things differently. And it's not to say that there are women that there's an initial act of violence and they have the wherewithal to get the hell out of there and they move on, and others stay. And I think there are probably men who stay in like less than ideal situations for reasons that that you should probably look at and say, man, you should just left when you first saw this. I think both men and women are somewhat vulnerable, in terms of emotional attachment and self-esteem and that sort of stuff. But I definitely think that men and women see a lot of these issues like from the outside through different lenses.
Well, I agree with that, but I also think that in a lot of those situations, there is the financial aspect of it, right? So a lot of times, as with this, I don't know that that may have been a part of it too, but I think it was more her dreams. Like she thought that he was going to help her realize her dreams. But in most cases, and I haven't read a lot of the comments because I feel that sometimes women they look at this and they're like, oh, she had all this, access to all this money and whatever, and she could have left. Or they also look at it like, so what, she took a couple of, he peed on her or whatever, like, you still got $20 million at the end of it. So why are you, how are you the victim? So I don't know. I just don't feel that, I just can't wrap my head around the, going back over and over again, even with the beatings like that, the beatings out of it. I just, the level of freakness is beyond my realm of thinking. I can't wrap my head around it.
It's so out there that it's not even like.
I'm like, who thought of that?
Like Shannon Sharp is somewhat thinking like, damn, you got me.
I just
got me.
He's like, Michelle, what's up with that?
Some of the stuff was just funny though, like the baby oil stuff. Like initially, I heard about all this baby oil,
Yeah.
and we had two different views. I'm like, are they doing that much anal that they need this much baby oil? Like, what's going
You
on?
want to be supple when someone's touching you.
But like that, yeah. But then like apparently like his big thing was to have everybody baby oiled up.
She answered that today.
And then even like 5 minutes into action, like, oh, hey, we need to apply
We
more
need
oil.
more, yeah.
That is so bizarre to
Yeah.
me.
So
Like,
I was right on that actually.
yeah, that is
Wait,
just.
what did she say about the oil?
What did she say? Exactly what Pink just said.
Yeah,
like
like-
they would
Just
get
like to
oiled
be-
up, and then 5 minutes into it, we need more. Put
Yeah.
more on your body.
Yeah, it was
like
really
every 5
for, like,
minutes.
Maybe it's the glistening.
Yeah. It was for his own aesthetic pleasure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you're a big baby oil person. Like,
No.
I don't like a lot of oils during sex. It's not. it doesn't make anything better. Like, I don't get it. It's
I mean,
just,
a good massage with the massage oil, but I don't know
Yeah.
if I'd want somebody like it more oil. Like,
and if you're getting absolutely pounded, do you want to have to interrupt that to
just
apply some
more
oil?
oil? No.
Come on,
No.
let's be real.
Absolutely pounded. What?
You're like, wait.
Messing up my flow, man. I had a good rhythm going here.
Yeah, man.
Nah, but that's crazy.
Pound Town abides no interruptions.
I'm in it now, so I do want to hear more witnesses just to hear
You're
some
committed.
more crazy stuff.
He's all in.
Because I think they can top that.
Bubba's 10-10. They better be able to.
I think they
I
can top.
can't.
No, I'm just talking about the craziness, the craziness
Yeah.
of the freakiness. Like I think the nipple
You
can
think
be
there's
topped.
more?
You think the nipple
I
could be
think there's
topped?
more.
Can't.
I think
can't
there's more.
imagine.
There has to be.
I think there's more.
Like, what do you think? What would top that? What,
I don't
what
know.
could you-
That wasn't
you
on
have
my
no-
list, so I don't know. So now we're here. I'm
Right,
respecting.
I'm
So
like,
it's
yeah.
yeah. You need to,
Come on, I need more. I need
Yeah.
more oil.
yeah. Yeah, let's get this to a game 7 now.